Okay. So, Ian, I would like you to talk about the tea that you brought.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how familiar you are with the different teas. I'm thinking you do have some background because you brought this one, but black teas like to have a tablespoon. And because I knew you were bringing a black tea, I already heated up the kettle to 200 degrees
Okay.
Fahrenheit. You don't want to go much over than that to burn it and things. So here, let me pour mine, and I'll let you pour yours in your steeper. That steeper, that glass one that I'm sharing with you, that is a recent purchase as of 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I've had this plastic one for years, but then I've seen this brand of Rishi at different coffee shops that I.
And how does this work too?
Yeah. So you pour to your liking, and I'll show you how it works. And with black tea here, you want to set a timer for 5 minutes. So I'll just go ahead and start that timer now.
You're much more scientific than I am. I put my mug in the microwave for 2 minutes and then put it in a strainer or whatever I'm using.
So this strainer is attached to the lid. So it's as easy as you just put it on top there.
Yeah.
And then once it's ready to steep, which I'll let you know since I started the timer.
Good.
You can enjoy it. So tell me about this tea that you brought.
Well, this is Lapsang Souchong, and it's as you said, it's a Chinese black tea. It's very fragrant. It tends to be very strong. The fragrance is one of smoke. So people who are not familiar with this tea, and especially if they're not familiar with tea at all, when you're brewing it, they will sometimes come into the room and say, "What's on fire?" It's has that strong of an aroma.
Yeah.
So I used to smoke a pipe. I used to smoke cigars. I like smoky things to consume, and so this fits right in there, along with the Isla Scotch, which is very smoky because it's actually made by burning peat, which is the material that's on a lot of the Scottish Isles that they use then to make the tea, or make the Scotch in that case. So yeah, this has been a long time favorite of mine. I have a lot of different teas. I will say that I don't drink as much tea as I used to. I'm 71 years old next month. I went 67 years without drinking coffee. And I'm making up for lost time now. So I'm all about the coffee now.
Wow.
Yeah.
What flipped the switch for you?
I had a hard time getting tea strong enough for me lately, like 4 or 5 years ago. And I've always liked coffee-flavored things.
Yeah.
In fact, a physician once gave me some coffee beans for my birthday or something, and I didn't know you weren't supposed to eat like 15 of them. So I like mocha-flavored things. And I like tea, and I wanted my tea to be stronger and stronger. And then I started drinking iced coffee, and then I thought, this is ridiculous. Why don't I just be more efficient and just drink coffee? So I had my first cup, and I drank it black. I've never put anything in my coffee, and I'm drinking dark roast now.
Wow,
and
consistently.
It's nice. I like it. Yeah, but I still have a lot of tea. As you can see, I'm near the bottom with this, and we'll see if you like it.
Yeah.
This is a great company to get it from, by the way.
Harney and Sons.
So all they do is sell tea, to the best of my knowledge. And if you went on the website and bothered to count up the number of teas they have, and you came up with 100, I would not be surprised.
Wow.
And they ship it in these tins, or smaller tins, or larger tins, or bags, or whatever. But they are a great resource for teas.
Did you discover them through a friend, or just by chance you?
I think just by chance. It's been so long ago now, because they've been around forever.
Yeah.
I mean, they may have been kind of a Civil War type of thing. Oh, they have 275 varieties of teas. So
There you go.
So yeah.
The smoky smell is definitely a new experience for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a subtle tea at all.
No.
I have some green tea, and I tend not to drink herbal teas. Caffeine doesn't have any effect on me, so it doesn't matter to me whether it's high caffeine, low caffeine, whatever. I'm just all about the strength of the beverage, and this is probably one of the stronger teas you'll drink.
Yeah. With your transition to coffee, was that easy? Is Lori a coffee drinker?
Yeah, she is. She's not. She doesn't drink a lot of it, but she drinks quite a bit.
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't say that. She drinks coffee like a normal person, I guess.
Yeah. So you already had the supplies to
Oh yeah,
make the
and
transition.
I'm learning all about that sort of stuff, and I've tried different methods of brewing coffee, and I'm just okay with a strong coffee in a drip. And Mr. Coffee.
Yeah.
I'm not sophisticated at all. But she did just get me a couple of days ago a really nice insulated mug, you know. I think mainly to keep me out of coffee places, so we make it at home, and so that's good.
Well, my timer went off, so
Okay.
you can go ahead and pour.
Just pour it straight out of here?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's going to capture all the loose leaf.
Great. It's nice to have a podcast built around something like this.
Do you listen to a lot of podcasts?
I do.
Very.
I do. There we go.
What type of shows are you listening to?
I listen to some history podcasts, especially as it relates to Ireland and Scotland, and I listen to a lot of Buddhist podcasts, Zen-based podcasts, and some of the. Do you like it?
Smoky.
It is smoky.
That is really good.
Can you smell it over there? Okay.
Producer Zach confirmed that you can smell it from the corner of the room.
Hopefully the fire department won't show up here, but
This is if I wanted some scotch in the morning.
this is it.
This is it.
Or you could just, give up your life and start drinking scotch in the morning. Have a cigar,
You're inspiring me to do that.
Yeah. That's called retirement.
That's delicious. Okay, Ian, tell me about your mug. So I asked you to bring a favorite
Yes.
mug of yours. So why did you bring this one?
Well, you're a former student of mine, and this was given to me by a former student who is now the senior vice president for planning for Mercy One in Iowa. She was an executive MHA student. And she and I would always have, when I was the director of the program and she was working, and in addition to being a student, it was always a difficult time to get us together to talk about things. So she presented me with this mug where there's a guy on the phone and he's looking at his calendar, and the inscription underneath said, "No, Thursday's out. How about never? Is never good for you?" Just as a way to kind of poke fun at how we would take 2 months to get together once a semester, because that was a requirement that I had, that I meet with every student for an hour at least once a semester.
Yeah.
So she was one of my strongest and most interesting students. She had no background in healthcare. So that was something that the executive MHA program allowed us to do, is to be creative, since the admissions committee was one person, and I was very familiar with him because it was me. And I said, I think Mary County needs to be in the program. She was a board member of Mercy One at the time, and she was looking at transitioning her long career out of government, where she had worked for the state and was actually on the press team for, I think, she's Republican, so Ford. So she wanted to get into healthcare as a career, and the current and at that time CEO of Mercy One wanted her to do that, and I believe was willing to pay for the tuition. So she came into the program and exceeded all expectations.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway,
That's amazing.
a lot of great stories with students, including you, by the way.
I appreciate it.
I remember your student days well.
So do I.
Yeah, I bet you do. Hopefully fondly.
Yeah, of course. Your classes especially. All right, well, let me start with my intro here.